Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys who are new, my name is Natalie and I run a stationery shop called DoodlesnTea. So for today's video, which was voted by you guys over on my Patreon, so if you guys are interested in joining my Patreon to receive discounts and monthly happy mail, then check the link in the description. But this video was voted by you guys on Patreon. So around 3 months ago, I made my first 3 designs of washi tape, and I'll leave a photo of that right here, but it's still super surreal to say that I actually made washi tape. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the steps and the process of making washi tape so that you guys kind of have an idea of what it's like in case you were thinking of designing washi tape as well. So we're gonna cover things like finding a manufacturer, questions to ask them, the process of designing your washi tape, and just some extra things to keep in mind when you do get them. So if you guys are interested, don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to this channel for more content like this in the future. And with that, let's get started. So for me, I found my manufacturer off a website called Alibaba, and if you guys have watched any other videos about making washi tape, then you have probably heard of this website as well. There's a lot of suppliers that do not only washi tape, but stickers as well if you guys are looking for that. If you type in the search bar under suppliers, you'll get a ton of manufacturers ranging from the price that they will charge you, their experience, how many sales they have, and there's just a lot of information. It can be quite overwhelming. You can also search in the search bar custom washi tapes as the product, and you'll also get a bunch of listings that manufacturers have posted up based off what kind of washi tape they make. Now, it might seem like every listing is the same, but there are a few things that you should keep an eye out for when you're going through all of those posts. The first thing to consider is whether or not you want to make foiled washi tape. Some of the posts will specify that they are doing custom foiled washi tape, so if that's what you're looking for, you should keep an eye out for that. Another thing to keep an eye out for is the price per roll. Each company will have a different price, although sometimes it seems like they're around the same, but it's best to pick one that's within your budget. Another thing to keep an eye out on is the minimum order quantity, or MOQ. The MOQ is basically how many rolls of washi tape you will have to order per design. And this is just to make sure that the manufacturer has enough rolls to fill up their machines, so they're not wasting their time and their money trying to make 20 rolls for you. That's not going to fill up their machine. So once you've found a couple of listings or manufacturers that catch your eye, you would want to create an account on Alibaba and you will message these manufacturers. Personally, I would recommend only messaging 3 or 4 manufacturers at once, because when they start replying to you, you're going to get a lot of notifications, a lot of messages, and a lot of emails. So I'd suggest just starting small, and if none of those really appeal to you after they answer your questions, you can always just go and look for more. So you found a couple of manufacturers that you're interested in, but what kind of questions should you ask them? It's really important to ask them questions in the very beginning so that it's not along the designing process or paying process that you suddenly have surprises that you didn't expect and plan for. So here is my list of questions that I asked all the manufacturers that I contacted. The first thing I asked for was the minimum order quantity. And although it says so on their listing, I feel like it's always better to just confirm with them instead of just assuming. The second is shipping costs. For the most part, these manufacturers can probably give you an estimate based off of how many rolls you want to order and based off of where you live. The third would be to confirm how much each roll is going to cost. And this can vary because if you order more, it will be cheaper, but if you're going with their minimum order quantity, it might be a bit more. So it's best to confirm with them how much each is going to cost. Also keep in mind, if you guys are thinking of making foiled washi tape, it will cost more than just making regular washi tape. The next question is how they accept payments. Now, I asked them if they accept payments through PayPal, credit card, and all of that, but later I found out that if you find a manufacturer off Alibaba, you can actually pay through the Alibaba portal. So there is that, and I think most manufacturers just use that if they're on the site anyways. Another question would be if you have to pay everything up front or if you could pay a deposit, and if there are any extra hidden fees that the company doesn't really talk about in their listings. Again, going back to what I mentioned before, you really don't want any surprises along the way, especially when you're so far into the design process and have them spring on like a surprise cost for you. Like, to avoid all of that, just clear it out in the beginning. Another good question to ask is how long production will take and how long shipping will take as well. For mine, it took around, I think, 3 weeks for production. I think it's also depending on the manufacturer that they have certain policies and they'll guarantee that it'll be done within a month. But those are just from the few that I found. If you guys dig around, there might be some that don't have that policy, so it's just something to keep in mind. Another question to ask is if they will provide packaging, like those little boxes that you see washi tapes in, or just a circle sticker that they put at the side of the washi tape. You have to ask them if they make it because they're not going to make it for you automatically. For mine, I added stickers on the side of my washi tape. I just wanted it because it gives it a little bit more professional look besides just leaving it as the roll itself. I believe for my manufacturer, every sticker cost an extra 50 cents, so it wasn't too much, and to make it look a bit nicer, I just went with getting the stickers. I believe from other videos that I've watched, some people said that the stickers, they will just give it to you in like a huge sheet that you stick it on yourself. But you can also clarify with your manufacturer because the ones that I got, they already stuck everything on for me. Another question to ask them is what file that they would like the design to be in. I feel like for the most part, they would prefer Photoshop or Illustrator, but I think JPEG and PNG works as well. And the last question to ask them is if they use CYMK standards for their color profile. You don't want to make a beautiful design for your washi tape, send it to them, and realize that the colors are not the same because you were not using the same profile as their machines. So don't forget to ask them this to avoid that pain and sadness at the very end. So next is all about designing the washi tape, and for me, I drew everything in Procreate. I drew the base design in Procreate and then I duplicated each of the repetition in the design in Photoshop. Another important thing to keep in mind, and your manufacturer will probably tell you about this too, is to leave room for a bleed. Bleed is basically you extend your design a bit so that when the machine cuts it out, there's some buffer room and it just doesn't cut off your entire design completely at the bottom. In the end, when you're done with your design, you can merge everything together. Or if you're doing a foiled washi, you can merge everything that you want foiled onto one layer and the rest of your design can all be merged into its own layer. And when you're done, you just send the file back to your manufacturer based off the recommended file that they want. Last thing that I want to mention that I did not know of and the manufacturer, I guess, did not really know about either was paying customs. I believe most of the manufacturers that are on Alibaba are in Asia. So for me, because I live in Canada and they had to ship it all the way here, I had to pay customs. I don't know why. I didn't think about it, but it totally makes sense that they would charge customs. So in the end, I had to pay an extra $20, I think, around there, around $20 for my washi tapes, which honestly isn't that bad because I ordered like 150 rolls. But I thought I would mention that as something to just keep in mind when you guys are finishing up your whole washi tape process. And that's about it for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful for your washi tape making journey. If you guys are interested in the washi tapes that I made myself, I will leave a link to that in the description box as well. If you guys have any more questions or comments about making washi tape, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And lastly, if you still haven't liked or subscribed to this video, please consider doing so. It'll help me out a lot on this channel. And I have a bunch of other videos about running your shop, specifically on Etsy, in the description box as well for you guys. And that wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys have a great day and stay safe out there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.